Hello everybody and welcome back to Getting Wrecked and Transport Fever. So last time we built this guy, the Scandinavia Express. That yes, it goes to Finland, but so be it. And this is actually going to be the last episode of this playthrough because a couple of reasons. First, I have connected every single city. So that's one thing. Secondly, the game is starting to go a little bit slow, and third, it's getting crowded, so I don't have that many places to build anything, and we managed to make Stockholm get everything. One food, well, well, that's something at least. So let's just take this express line, look at the vehicles we build. Since people are actually using this, we can go ahead and replace these guys with TGV long. Tell it to be white. Boink. We got some fancy trucks, we got some fancy boats or ship. So let's talk a bit about the game here. So I would say I'm mostly happy about the start, I would say. So because in the beginning I really tried to make a train system that kind of made sense and well represented Sweden's railroads, because with the main line going pretty close to the coast here through the side, and then having Hallsberg as a hub, which I didn't really do, so that's something I'm kind of regretting. But this is also true that the main train line goes through here and down into Malmö and Copenhagen. So I'm pretty happy with that setup. I'm also pretty happy that I've managed to make train track go through here between Stockholm and Gothenburg. But maybe most of this playthrough was about the new types of factories we have because of the mod. So the fact that we could create cement from limestone and minerals down here. We could create clothes down here by using fertilizers down in Jönköping, going all the way up over here. That's something I'm pretty happy with. I haven't really gotten that much production though. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, the problem is when you play this game on hard, it's like you're pretty limited in what you can do to still make money, and I would really like if they made it so you got paid more for higher tier goods instead of everything paying the same. Downgrade? How rude. I mean, the first setup we made was these two fuel lines, one from Stockholm and one from Oslo, so oil well and oil well. Another thing I tried to do was to separate goods and passenger trains. So if this map was a little bit bigger, I would have liked to see this setup everywhere, like having 4 lines like this, 2 for freight and 2 for passengers. That would have been pretty cool. I would like to have these 4 tracks, and I would like to have like this section 4 train tracks wide as well, going through the inland here. I'm also kind of impressed that this actually made money. The one let's see, Kiruna to Vasa. Kiruna to Vasa. That this guy actually made money. That's something I'm pretty impressed by. So we brought coal down here to the power plant, and then waste up here. And waste, the problem was that making coal into waste removes half the coal, so on the way back you get paid half as much. So that was a bit silly, but that's the good thing is that it had such a high production, so you could fit as many trains you want in there, so that's pretty good. Just get a fast train there and you are good to go. Shipping as worthless as usual. Made some money when we changed to these hovercrafts, but they're like super fast. That's also something I would like to see, a better reason to use ships in this game. The thing I would like them to do is to speed up how fast they are in the harbor. Like if I go max speed here, look at this guy, it's take forever. And if you have other ships waiting, you will just be losing money here. 20. I mean, and the fact that they have to go around like that, I wouldn't almost not mind if they just went into a straight in and just made a turn instead of wasting 2 minutes going around like that. One thing I kind of like, well, I don't know if I like it or not, are these hopper wagons. The fact that they are much slower than the other wagons. It's kind of interesting. Kind of infuriating as well, I guess. Yeah. So that's about it. Can we... Oh, and I would like to have put a larger airport here as well, but I mean, how am I supposed to fit fit one of these here? Like, this map is way too small. Way too small. Can we find... Waiting for free path. Where is my Scandinavian Express? It will be even slower now when we made it this long. So let's take a look. Luleå looks fine. Maybe I should have focused more on making the cities grow, because I only have the stations I put there in the beginning and they don't really cover everything they have built here. What's that? Is that the frost arrow? Well, this is one way of losing money, waiting for that slow ass train. That's something I should replace as well. I mean, this is how you travel by train. You have to wait for other trains being too slow. Don't have a single signal here. There we go. Yosh! So I'm most likely going to start a new playthrough and try out some of the more difficult maps from the Steam Workshop. Speaking about this map, so I made this map from a a height map. So a couple of issues. The fact that it's so small that all these cities grew together. Sure, I could have skipped some of these cities, but that wouldn't make sense either. So yeah, having this map being twice as large would have made a whole lot of sense, I guess, because these cities just grew together. These 3 cities grew together. We could definitely, if we focus more on passenger, I'm betting we could make all of these grow together. So that's an issue. The fact that Stockholm is so far north when it should be down here, it's a bit silly as well. And we also have a bit of an issue with the fact that we have these factories. And since the map is kind of small, and we have the... Do we really have to wait for that guy as well? And we have this mod installed, makes it so we have pretty few of each of each industry. So for example, we only have 3 forests, we only have 2 grain silos, 3 oil wells, and this makes quite impact. For example, the fact that we only have 2 sawmills, and I think only 2 forests. Do we have 3 maybe? I should have 3 forests, but still, it's pretty difficult when you only have 1, well, 2 I guess, industries of certain types. I guess this one says we only have 1 quarry, but I think we have a quarry with only stone somewhere. Yeah, so we have 3 quarries. It's because this one is actually making iron ore and stuff. Limestone as well. Haha! Eat my dust! That could have been a pretty good screenshot. Milk train has to stand still. That was also an issue with this mod. The fact that, for example, to create milk you would have to have fertilizers, which goes into a tank wagon, go to the grain silo, I think, turn fertilizers into grain, which goes into a hopper wagon. So we couldn't use the same train for both fertilizers and grain. Alright. And then you get grain. You bring that in a hopper to a dairy farm or something, I guess. Whatever. We bring grain to a dairy farm, turn that into milk, and milk requires tank wagons, the same as fertilizers. I don't know if it's a good idea to use fertilizer tank cars to bring the milk back. That sounds nasty, but these things makes it pretty difficult to create efficient networks, but at the same time, that's kind of the thing, that they should make it more difficult. But the same goes for the cement, that they need the hopper wagons. Okay, fine, using hopper wagons, but the fact that the hopper wagons are slower than the other wagons, that's also a little bit makes things more difficult in a kind of strange way. I don't know what I would think about that. Okay, here we go into Helsinki. So which cities have I been in on this map? I have been in Helsinki. I've been here to the depot at Åland. Not Vasa. I've been in Haparanda. Not Tromsø. Not Kiruna. Luleå, yes. Umeå, yeah. Storuman, yes. Åre, I don't think so. Trondheim, no. Sundsvall, yes. Mora, don't know, don't think so. Oslo, nope. Karlstad, yes. That's where you test yourselves for military service. Hallsberg, yes. Stockholm, yes. Norrköping, yes. Jönköping, yes. Gothenburg, yes. Kalmar, I think so, yeah. Visby, yes. Malmö, yes, and Copenhagen, yes. So most of the cities, but not in Norway, and not that much in Finland either. Which is too bad, I guess. Also, I know that I've been complaining a lot when I've been playing Transport Fever about the balance between Europe and United States train-wise. But that being said, nice, an Airbus. That being said, that they have much better trains, or locomotives at least. When I got these, like, let's see, let's go to Norrköping. Some of these trams that I think are from, like, Pittsburgh, this is useless. What the? I think this is from Europe. 60 kilometers an hour, 1928. This guy is 45 kilometers an hour, 1940. 1954, 50 kilometers an hour. 60. Is this some kind of? Is this some kind of a mod I've installed or something? That seems really unbalanced. And the same thing with kind of buses and trucks as well. Some of the mid-game trucks and buses are much better in Europe. So one could argue that the balance between United States and Europe is not that bad, even if I prefer to use trains, so I think it's a pretty big deal. The fact that if we compare these guys, let's go, wagons. Okay, so coaches are whatever, they are still, at least Europe has some pretty good early game wagons or coaches, but these guys, like the gondola, you get 1955, the open wagon 1978. That's 30 years later, right? That's crazy. And the fact that in Europe you get your first train that can make 160 at 1970, and then it makes 200 km/h, so it's too fast. I don't think we still have a train that makes 160 in Europe, while in United States you get 160 at 1936, which is a bit too fast because, well, we don't have that fast wagons that early. I think this is United States as well. So there is still no cost-efficient vehicle for 160 km/h freight trains in Europe, which is, yeah, it's just bad. At least you can get 140 km/h, and you have some steam trains. I guess the Flying Scotsman is pretty good though. Pretty cheap and 120 km/h. So that one is pretty good. So that's something. Since, yeah, United States doesn't really have any good 120 km/h trains. The Milwaukee is fine, it's almost 120, but it could have been better. Here's a big boy, almost 140. And it's a sexy beast. But anyways, we are getting close to Copenhagen here, so I enjoyed this series, but like I said, the game is starting to go a little bit slow and it's so crowded. So I'm going to end this here and most likely start a new one in a couple of days, a week maybe. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye!